Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. All right, so I just want to give you guys a fix on this issue I had a couple of days ago, and this is gonna be a little bit more of a thorough diagnosis. Kinda, I'll try to keep it short, but essentially what happened was I was driving my car and it worked fine, not a problem, but it hit a really uh, semi-deep pothole. It hit, and out of nowhere, the car shut off. Good thing I was on one of these smaller streets and not on the freeway or the highway, but but it shut off. So I tried to get it started, and everything seemed to work except that it wouldn't crank up. It wouldn't crank up. So unfortunately, wasn't able to get it fixed on the spot. So I had it towed, and took a look at the situation. Took a more thorough look at the situation, and if you guys have this problem, I'm just gonna tell you that this is a semi-common issue. All right, and basically, what happens is, if you guys have the situation and you guys try to get it started, what happens is, it's a funny thing, but you get the no key detected icon flashing. Everything else seems to work. When you try to get it started, the radiator fan actually runs, but there's no crank. I don't think there was a click. There was no crank. It's a no crank, no start issue. Now, if you guys are in this situation, there's things that could cause the situation. All right, could be maybe a loose battery terminal wire, ground cables that have ground cables, etc., etc. That could be a check engine light. Funny thing is, I did plug an OB2 in, and it actually hung. It actually did not finish up the process of scanning through the whole entire system. It actually just pretty much kept on hanging about 3/4 of the way through. Now this situation, all right, you could either have that situation, or you could also have a similar situation where it scans all the way through, but you're going to get about 15 different codes, or 10, 15 different codes, multiple codes that essentially have nothing to do with each other. Now, the common thing about this situation is, and it really doesn't have to have a cause to it, in that you don't need to have like a hard bump, but many cases, if you're driving your car and you come across a hard bump to the curb, a hard bump to the on a pothole, whatever, this could cause that situation. But outside of that, this situation could be caused by a number of things. All right, and the scenario of this no crank, no start issue is important. It's important because no crank, no starts, or crank, no starts, essentially there are many things that could cause these situations, but the situation that I'm talking about in this video entails a couple of things. I already went through them, but I'm going to go through them again just in case you guys want a quicker diagnosis of your problem versus other things that could be causing your no start issue. Okay, so you're gonna have these situations in particular. Sometimes it'll be caused by a really hard bump, sometimes it won't, but the things that happen with your vehicle afterwards are this: you're going to get a no crank no start. You're going to get a light on your dash, the no key detector light on your dash. You could get a check engine light, and when you try to turn on the fan, the radiator fan keeps on running. All right, but your car won't start up. And here's the thing about that: normally the radiator fan running without the car being started up normally means there's a miscommunication with the car's ECU. All right, the car's ECU being the car's computer. And if you plug an OBD2 in OBD2 port and try to scan it, it either scans all the way through and you get like 10-15 codes, or it doesn't scan all the way through and it just hangs at like 3/4 or halfway through the mark, and it won't give you any readout at all. And normally in these situations, this no crank no start is caused by either miscommunication or non-communication with your vehicle's ECU. Your car's ECU is either disconnected from your vehicle, or there's no connection at all. So if you guys are in this situation and you guys want to troubleshoot the exact cause of it, here's what could cause the situation. But I'm going to tell you what could cause the situation, and I'll tell you what normally would cause the situation, what you would specifically look for. All right, the things that could cause the situation is either low power, the battery is not charged up, it doesn't have a lot of electricity in it, it's not charged up, and the ECU is reading that it isn't picking enough power to function normally. And that's either a cause of either a bad battery or some ground wire, particularly a ground wire that's connected to the car's ECU, that has issues. But that's normally not the cause of it. All right, but if you should try to check it if you guys have the situation. All right, if you guys want to go through a thorough checkup on it, you guys should go to the situation. Other things that could cause it: either the plug to the ECU got loose because it got bumped, or it just got loose just because of circumstance. All right, you might want to get to where the ECU is and try to tug the plug to the ECU and then try to start it. If that's the case, if it starts up, then that's probably the cause of it. However, in most cases where this situation happens, there's a couple of things that you want to check, and it's a couple of things that's easier to check that's particular to this scenario. One of those things is you want to check the fusible link on your car. All right, that's the fusible link, is that little square block that is on the positive terminal that gets connected to the positive terminal of your battery. A lot of times what happens is, if there is any kind of turbulence, sometimes a hard enough hit on the curb or on a pothole, whatever, could cause one of those fuses in the fusible link to actually to blow out. Don't ask me why. It does happen. It does happen. So there might be a surge in the electrical circuit somewhere. It blows out the fuse. You guys want to check to make sure that the fusible link, that all the mini fuses in that fusible link are not blown. That's the first thing you want to do. All right. If it's good, and the terminal, the cable that's connected to the battery terminal is tight, then the second thing that's most common to causing this issue would be a blown fuse in the fuse box. Now, one of the most common thing in particular to this situation is a blown ECM fuse. Now, if you guys are in this situation, you definitely want to check out all the fuses just to make sure that all the fuses are good and none of them are blown. If any of them are blown, you guys would want to change it, because cars today, they're electrically interconnected. And because they're electrically interconnected, certain things that don't have any kind of connection, that don't seem to have any kind of electrical connection to other parts of the vehicle, could cause issues that that are innocuous, or could be related. All right. So, but in particular, you want to check the ECU ECM fuse. All right. On these vehicles, the fuse box itself, there's normally a label, a sheet. It's either a sheet or maybe it's patterned out on the cover itself. You want to see whether ECU ECM fuse is. You want to test out that fuse. Most of the time, in this particular situation, you get that fuse being blown. All right, if that fuse is blown, what you want to do obviously is to take the fuse out, swap it in with another fuse that's good, and most of the time that'll fix your issue. That'll get your car started. All these issues that you might have, no start, no crank, no start, the flashing no key detected light, all the codes as far as the check engine light codes, all of them would be fixed in this situation. All right, so you guys have this situation, definitely look at all that stuff. Hopefully this has helped you guys out. You guys have any of your own personal comments, leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, please comment, all that good stuff. All right, guys, take care.